So, good morning, students. Myself, Professor P.B. Ingde, and today we have to start the unit number 6. What is geothermal energy? So, unit number 6, there are the three contents. One is geothermal energy, second is fuel cell, and third is what is photovoltaic cells. Photovoltaic cells. So, this is the contents of unit number 6, guys. Okay. So let's we start the geothermal energy. So just we introduce the geothermal energy, guys. So you see here what is the meaning of geothermal energy. So geothermal energy is a primary heat energy from earth own interiors. Okay. The word geothermal come from the Greek words geo. Geo means earth and thermal means heat. So the heat energy which is come from the inside the earth, okay, this energy we can use in a geothermal energy. Okay, it is classified as a renewable because the earth interior is and will continue in the process of cooling for the indefinite futures. Hence, geothermal energy from the earth interior is almost inextinguishable as a solar or wind energy, so long as its sources are actively sought and economically tapped, guys. So we know the earth crust is almost inextinguishable source of heat of energy. The temperature of the earth center is around how much it is 6000 degrees Celsius. Hot molten rock called magma is commonly present at the depth greater than 24 to 40 kilometers. There is a magma is present which is having very high temperatures. The heat of the magma is transferred toward the earth surface. Average temperature at 10 kilometers about it is 200 degree Celsius, guys. So if you see here in geothermal field, M is magma. So if you observe these portions inside the earth, so this A portion related to the magma. B is what is igneous rock. So if you observe these portions, this is called as the igneous rock, guys. This is the structural representation of inside the earth. C means porous permeable reservoirs. If you observe here the C portions, this is the porous permeable reservoirs. Then D is impermeable rocks. If you observe here, this is the impermeable rock, guys. E is the what is fissures. Fissure means what is the crack which is present inside the rocks. So these are this reason these are the cracks will be there, fissures. F means the GSL fumaroles. This is the G. This is the fumaroles. GSR's fumaroles. If you observe, guys, this one G portions. H is meaning of the whale. This is the whale. We can observe here H. Then two type of the steam will be there. Magmatic means from magma itself, and metropic means ground water heated by a magma. So these are the two type of the steam which is obtained from the inside the earth, guys. Then another is what is geothermal sources. What are the sources available? The first source is what is hydrothermal sources. So in hydrothermal, what is we getting? Vapor dominated system, liquid dominated system. Another is a geopressurized source. Then another third one is petrothermal or hot dry rocks, and last number is magma source. So these are the various geothermal sources available, and this source of energy we can utilize for electricity generations. So let's first of all we discuss the vapor dominated system. What is in vapor dominated system? So if you observe here diagram, this is the diagram of temperature versus entropy points. Okay, but our important diagram this ones. So if you observe this geothermal power plant, so what is here? water is vaporized into a steam at 200 degrees Celsius at a 8 bar in vapor dominated system. Means only we have to getting here a vapors. Okay, so how it is work, you see here, this is the ground level guys of a earth. Okay, so inside the ground levels we have to put up this well that is called as the injection wells. Okay, this well, this pipeline is fitted inside the grounds. So from the one portion, with the help of this pump, the the steam is the mixture of a steam and water is come out through this portion and reach into the where in centrifugal separators. So inside the centrifugal separator we have to separate the water and only the steam is come out, and this steam is strike on the turbines. This turbine is coupled with the generator and function of the generator to generate the electricity. Then after that guys, the steam is exhaust from these turbines and pass where inside the direct contact condenser. So this is the condensers. Okay, then after that the remaining steam which is come out here, this is a steam jet injector we can use here, okay, for operating purposes. Then from the condenser, with the help of this condense pump, whenever the steam is enter inside the condenser, the condensation will be takes place, means conversion of the hot steam into the liquid form. What type of the condenser will be used there? Direct contact. Direct contact means both steam and water is mixed, that is called as the direct contact type of the condensers. Okay, then with the help of this condense extraction pump, this varies transfer, it is transferred towards the cooling towers. We know the role of the cooling tower to cool the hot water and convert it to the cold water. So this cooling tower cold the this hot water and convert into the cold water. This is 7 number. Then finally the water which is re-injection inside the well, means inside the earth. Once again this water we can transfers, and the remaining water is where is utilized, it is utilized for a condensation purposes. Yes or no? Yes. So this is the explanation about the vapor dominated system guys. Okay, so what is here, the water is vaporized into steam at 200 degrees Celsius. What is the pressure required there? 8 bar. Problem due to the corrosive gas and erosive material, because of the corrosion is occur inside the material, because of the gas contain lot of moistures or dirtiness. Because of this the gas become because of this the parts of the power plant is damaged, and only 5 sites in the words. How many sites of this? It is only 5 sites, that is called as the vapor dominated systems. Now another is what is guys, liquid dominated system. This is our third system, second system. So look at here how it is work. Once again, this is the ground levels. Okay, this is the ground portions. Then from this ground, with the help of the pump, this mixture of the water and steam is come out, and where is pass? It is passed inside the this flash evaporators, flash separator. So with the help of this flash separator, we have to remove the this brine. Brine is nothing but the impurity. You observe here brine at a temperature about 230 degrees Celsius and pressure 40 atmosphere from a depth 600 to 1400 meters. So this brine is impurity is transferred inside the once again in the grounds below the earth, inside the earth. Then after the flash evaporator means having very low pressures. So because of this low pressure, the liquid convert into the steam. Because pressure is decreases, the boiling temperature is also decreases. Then we getting this steam. This steam is used and strike on the turbine guys. This turbine is coupled with generators and function of the generator to generate the electricity. Then after that the steam is exhausted where it is passed inside this direct contact condenser. Then after the condenser condense the steam. Then with the help of this condensed extraction pump, this whole condensed this cold water convert into the hot water, pass into the earth once again. Okay, then here guys, for cooling the purposes, how cool this. So if you observe here, This hot brine is very circulated. It is circulated over these cooling towers. Okay, and from this cooling tower, after the condensation of this brine, the cold water, this cold brine is formed, and this is once again transferred inside the well of depth, and this cold water is circulated where inside the condenser for condensation purposes. So this is the diagrammatical representation of the liquid dominated systems. Okay, so if you observe here, the water comes with various degrees of salinity ranging from 3000 to 2,80,000 particles per matters. So there is a lot of impurities come along with this liquid dominant system. Okay guys, so we know this. I see some pictures to you, colorful pictures for clearing your some concept. So if you observe in this geothermal energy, so this is our this is the pipeline of the production wells, this is the pipeline of the injection wells. Okay, so from the production wells, what is this hot steam or water is come out, and this utilized in power productions. Then after the power production, the heat is lost from this steam and converted into the water, and this is the blue color, this is the cold water, once again is transferred inside the earth. Okay, this is the simple representation. If you observe here in geothermal power plant, this is red line, it is called as the injection wells. Okay, what is the height? If you go from the ground, it is 4 or 5 kilometers. What is the temperature there? There is a temperature of 270 degree Celsius. Okay, so from this depth, we have to absorb the steam or hot water, and this utilized for power generation. And after the power generation, once again through this pipeline, the cold water is discharged inside at these temperatures, where is the temperature is 270 degree Celsius. Means there is a transmission of the power lines inside the earth. Okay, okay, like that guys. This we already discussed, this also we discussed, right? These are the type like that. So this is the some colorful picture I have show here for your understanding point of view. Yes or no? Yes, flash steam, then binary plant, like that. We already discussed. Once again I revise here. In flash steam, when geothermal energy is available at a temperature what is 150 degrees Celsius and above the temperature, the fluids can be used directly to generate electricity. In some cases, direct steam is available from the geothermal reservoir. Otherwise, the steam is separated and turbines are used for power generations. If you know from the production well at a temperature of 150 degrees Celsius, this mixture is transferred where inside the separators. Inside the separator, the steam is formed and the unwanted water is removed, this waste waters. Okay, and this waste water once again through the injection well transfer inside the geothermal reservoirs, and the steam which is come out, this steam is utilized for power generation to strike over the turbines, and turbine connected with generators, and generator generate the electricity. Then after that, suppose the steam is pass in condenser. If you use here indirect type of the condenser, so steam is transferred here through this pipeline. Okay, and there is, this is called as the heat exchangers, or nothing but the condenser. From the cooling towers, the cold water is come out. This cold water and this steam exchange the heat. This cold water become hot and transfer over the cooling towers. Okay, once again the cycle will be continuous. The hot water converted into the cold water at a cooling towers. Okay, and then after the condensation of a steam, this hot water once again is injected through the injection well inside the geothermal reservoir. So this is the diagrammatical example of a flash steam plants or dry steam. Another is what is the binary plant will be theirs. These plants are used when geothermal temperature between 100 to 150 degrees Celsius, very less temperature. Then there is a use of the binary. Binary means what is 2? Binary means 2. The fluid is extracted and circulated through a heat exchanger where the heat is transferred to the low boiling point organic fluids. Which we have to use here secondary working fluid which having very low temperatures, and this gets converted into the high pressure vapors driving the organic fluids turbines. You see guys here, so through the production wells from the geothermal reservoir with the help of the pump, this binary fluid means the mixture of the steam and water is come out and transferred through this pipeline, if you observe here. But it cannot directly use for power generations. Here we can use the one organic fluid like propane, then another is what is NH3 ammonia, okay, or freon, means such type of the another secondary working fluid will be used. That's why it is called as the binary plant. So if you observe, there is this cycle will be there. Through this cycle, through this pipeline, the organic fluid is circulated. This organic fluid is absorb the heat from this geothermal liquids and conversion of into the steam, and then this steam is utilized to strike on the turbines. Turbine is rotates and turbine connected with generators, and generator produce the electricity, guys. Okay. Then here, when the turbine exhausts this steam, it is passed inside the condenser. This is the there is an indirect type of the condenser. So condensation of a steam will be takes place in a condenser with the help of this cooling tower. The cooling tower is circulate the cold water. This cold water and steam exchange the heat, and this organic fluid once again convert into the liquid form, and the cold water convert into the hot water and transfer toward the cooling towers. So this cycle will be continuous here. The organic fluid is converted into the liquid form. Once again is passed inside the heat exchanger. There is a heat exchange between this geothermal liquid and this organic fluid. Once again convert into the steam, and cycle will be continuous. And then after the heat exchange, this geothermal liquid which having very less temperature once again is discharged through the injection well into the geothermal reservoir, and cycle will be continuous. That is called as the binary plant or liquid dominated systems. Okay guys, now another is the last one is what is dry steam. So let's we discuss the dry steam now, how it is work. So we can discuss now dry steam. So in dry steam, what is very simple dry steam explanation. So in dry steam, what is guys here? Only the dry steam is come out from the power plant. Means you can consider what is there. Only the dry steam will be come out. If you observe here through these portions, yes or no? Yes, through the portions. If you consider here, show here, means only the dry steam will be come out there. Means from the portion from the just the geothermal zone, only the dry steam will be come out, and this dry steam is circulated towards the turbines, steam turbines connected with generators, and generator produce the electricity, guys. Okay, and then from the generator is passed inside the condenser. The function of the condenser to condense the steam, and after the condensation, once again the steam is this condense is exhaust inside the geothermal sources inside the earth. Okay, so that is called as the flash steam or dry steam. This hot water we already discussed, binary type. Okay, and this is another is a liquid dominant also. We can also discuss. Once again we see here liquid dominant also, liquid dominated total flow consist systems. So what is here? From the geothermal well, this low quality two-phase mixtures, means mixing of liquid and steam. Whenever this pass inside the throttle wall, the function of the throttle wall to reduce the its pressure. Whenever pressure is reduced, it convert into the steam form. The liquid is converted into the steam. Because of the decrease the pressure, the temperature of boiling also decreases, and it is passed inside the turbines. Turbine coupled with generators, and generator produce the electricity. Then this steam is passed where inside the condenser. After the condensations, once again this complete condense is re-injection inside the well through this injection wells, and the steam is condensed with the help of this condenser here. So from the cooling towers, with the help of pipeline, the cold water is transferred inside the condenser. There is an indirect type of the condensers. Then after the cooling of the steam convert into the cold water, and cold water convert into the hot water with the help of the pump, once again pump toward the cooling tower, guys. Okay, so this is the all explanation about the geothermal power plants. So you should know all these diagram and explanations. So let's discuss some advantages. What are the advantages of the geothermal power plant? The geothermal energy is very cheaper. This is the advantages. It is versatile and it in its use. Okay, this is the second advantages. It is the least polluting as compared to the other conventional energy sources. Means like our diesel power plant or thermal power plant. Okay, there is a lot of pollution will be produced, but here a very less pollution as compared to this conventional power plant. It is amiable for multiple use from a single resources. Geothermal power plants have highest annual load factors, 85% to 90% compared to 45% to 50% for fossil fuel plants. Okay, it delivers the greater amount of net energy from its system as compared to other alternative or conventional systems. Geothermal energy from the earth interior is almost as inexhaustible as the solar or wind energy, so long as its sources are actively sought and economical tap, guys. Okay, and what are the disadvantages? Low overall power production efficiency. The efficiency is very low, about 50% as compared to 35 to 40% for fossil fuel plants. Fossil fuel means thermal power plants or diesel power plant having higher efficiency, but this power plant having very less efficiency, only the 50%. Drilling operation is so noisy. When we drill the injection wells or production well through the earth, inside the earth, so there is a huge noise will be produced. Larger area is needed for exploitations of a geothermal energy because huge machinery and huge components. That's why we require the larger area. The withdrawal of the large amounts of steam or water from the hydrothermal reservoir may result in surface subsidence or settlements, guys. Yes or no? Yes. So very easy topic and very IMP regarding the exam point of view, guys. Then here we can discuss some another. If you observe this which one, magma resources. So to discuss this another one, geopressurized resources. In geopressure resources, how it will be worked, you see here in geopressure resources. So while drilling for oil and gas, hot brine reservoir around 200 degrees Celsius under a very high pressure. How much? It is 650 to 1350 atmosphere are found at a depth 3 to 6 kilometers. So it contains methane, usually 1.9 to 3.8 meter cube per meter cube of waters. Solubility of a methane decreases at low pressure and can be separated from waters. So thus the three forms of energy can be extracted from this source: heat, pressure and chemical. Only major source is identified at a Texas along the coast of Mexico. The belt is about 1200 km in length. So if you observe here in hot dry rocks or resources, hot dry rocks means there is a rocks will be there from this rock, and these are the in hot form. We can also generate the electricity. That is the part of the geothermal energy. So you see here, there are underground regions of impermeable rock at a temperature exceeding 200 degrees Celsius at a depth of 5 kilometers. Rock is drilled and cavities formed with the help of hydraulic fracturing. The system was tested at Valles, Caledonia, USA. Okay, only 5% of water is lost in the grounds. So if you observe here, see here guys, this is the hot dry rock, that is we call it the granite. There is a fractures, we can make the drills. Okay, then that is the sedimentary or volcanic rock. So through this we can absorb the heat. So this heat will be come out primary heat exchangers. This heat will be transferred here inside the heat exchanger, and there is a use of this another organic fluids like a freon. So this freon is absorb the heat and convert into the steam and strike on the turbines, and turbine coupled with generator produce the electricity. And from this, once again this steam is very fast inside the heat exchanger, and from the cooling towers the cold water will be come out. There is a exchange of this water and this organic fluid steam. Once again this organic fluid is converted into the vapor form, and cycle will be continuous, and the condensation convert the cold water into the hot water. Once again is pass in a cooling tower, and cycle will be continuous. And this heat is once again with the help of this falls once again transfer inside the hot or dry rocks through the injection wells guys. Okay, and there is a pressure equalizer to measure the pressures. Okay, there is a makeup of water, we can transfer the water through this pipeline inside the depth of the earth in hot dry rocks. Okay, so very simple explanation about this geothermal energy sources, hot dry rock resources. So there is a chemical geothermal energy in India. Where is location? In Himalayas, Soana, West Coast, Kambe, Son, Tapi, Godavari and Mahanadi. Okay, there is a locations. If you observe in Himalaya, Soana in Delhi, Himalayas, Sonata, Mahanadi, Godavari, West Coast, Pune, Mumbai, Kambe, Tua. So these are the some areas. There is a location of the geothermal power plants. Okay, Himalaya in the Pugwa Valley, heat flow rate how much? 468, and thermal gradient how much? There is temperature 234 degrees Celsius. In Soana, what is the thermal gradient? 76 to 96. In West Coast, heat flow rate is how much? 129, and how much thermal gradient? 59. In Kambe in Gujarat, okay, in Tua in Gujarat, what is the heat flow in 93, and what is the temperature gradient we get? Temperature gradient is nothing but the difference, 70 degrees Celsius. In Tapi, how much heat flow rate? 122 to 260, and how much thermal gradient? 60 to 90. In Godavari, the heat flow rate is 104 and temperature gradient is 60. In Mahanadi, the heat flow is 200, and what is the temperature gradient is 90 guys. So this is the end of our geothermal power plants. Okay, so I stop here guys. In next lecture we will be discuss about the fuel cells.